starting on the head at the top feather, and I pretty much do this all freehand. It might be easier. I've done so many of them, thousands and thousands of feathers, so it might be easier for you to draw it out first, but everything's got a curve. Try to copy the curve as much as possible. Ones that don't have a curve, make them nice and straight. So you're just basically just running two lines parallel to each other. And that's the trick, getting them even distance all the way down. And then at the end, they meet. So you don't want to start, you want to start somewhere. It's like back here, you'll start at the end of the feather, but in this, I usually start somewhere around here underneath the eye. Don't expect to get these straight your first time. Probably not going to happen, not unless you have a lot of experience carving straight lines. And sometimes I find it a lot easier. Like this is a really awkward position for me to do short little bursts. And now I have the growth rings fighting me. So you can get one of these at your local tractor supply. It's just a very stiff horse brush. It works great for cleaning out any fuzzies or lingering chips. My angle is too steep here because the head's in the way. Alright, I gotta shut the camera off because I need to be on all sides of this thing, and I gotta lay it down. You won't be able to see much anyhow, so I'll be back after all this is done and we'll move on to the veining. I finished all the quills. I'm going to start with the veining now, and once that's done, the thing is pretty much done. I will just spend some time going over every square inch of it, looking for things that I missed or rough spots. So here goes the veining. Still using the 15-6. There's basically two types of veining on a Bellamy eagle. There's the S-shaped veining. Almost everything goes in pairs. And then there's the C-shape. The S-shape usually goes in the back on these larger ones. On the smaller ones, thinner ones, that'll all be C-shaped. So let's get started. And it starts on the inside along the quill. And then ends on the outside. They're right next to each other. And then at the top of the head, I'll usually do a few straight ones along the edges. And then a couple of curved ones off to the side. So on some eagles, there's so many different ways to do the veining. Some you can spend the time and just draw out hundreds of them in here. The last eagle I did was that AI eagle, the one that artificial intelligence drew the pattern for me. And that one there, I did a series of S's all the way down, evenly spaced. Bellamy liked the shorthand, not too detailed, just enough to give you the sense and the idea of what he was doing. So adds a little movement, a little life to the feather, and that's about all it needs. So as I'm turning this tool, I'm also laying it on its side, and that changes the depth and the width of the cut. Again, gives it a little bit more life. And then just a few pairs of double C cuts. On anything curved, actually I will do it on number 2s because those are flat enough. For curved ones, on the other side of the shop, I have a bench grinder with 2 wheels on it. Well, 1 wheel for the curves. It's just a hard felt wheel that's loaded up with polish and compound, and it develops a curve in it, and you can fit pretty much any profile in it to sharpen. I also have a wheel I made out of MDF, and that is great for getting an ultra sharp blade on a flat blade. I use that for my knife mostly, the pocket knife that I carry with me. That's nice and flat and hard, so you can, once you get your blade sharp, you can touch it up with that. There's 3 surfaces. You got the part that you would normally run a grinder on, and then you got the sides, which are perfectly flat. They don't have that radius on it, and that's usually what I use. I use the radius first, and then I'll go back on the flat side, Put one side of the blade on one side of the disc and the other on the other. There's really no correct way. As long as your lines are fairly smooth. You want your curves smooth and quick and not looking like you hesitated a bunch of times. That's it for the feathers.